Josh, Lonsdale belt in the offing against Troy Williamson. Is that something you've always wanted?
Yeah, it's definitely something what's steeped in history. So it's a good belt to have.
And Troy Williamson, a great test for you. Hello.
Yeah,
Adam Booth
definitely good. He's a good test, mate. Definitely good test I need now in my career, and test it come at the right time. So I cannot wait.
And obviously, Utilita Arena, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the place it's at.
So yeah, it is. So fighting at home in a sense.
Well, yeah, home, but yeah, I mean home Sunderland, but yeah, just down the road, so northeast.
But you're training down with Adam, obviously in the south.
Yeah, down there.
It's been a weird year for you in a way, year and a half. Transformation to a new weight division. You look bigger and happier at the weight.
Yeah, I feel good, mate. I feel really good. Like you see in that last fight, I looked a bigger and stronger guy in that fight. So, and that guy wasn't a small super. He was quite big. Definitely. Ted Lasso, that's you, Gareth, by the way. That is, hey, you could play him in.
No, he's modelled on you, isn't he?
Yeah. Apparently, that's what everybody says. Yeah, he stands up, giving.
Playing there, Gareth.
I can't remember his name. Someone. Trent Cribb. So you've been Adam Booth's popping his head here in the interview. Yeah. So you've been watching this series and going, "Oh, there's Gareth."
Every time.
Yeah.
I just fast forward those bits.
And you look like the guy from Breaking Bad now, though, Adam Booth.
Oh, which one?
Is it
Jesse, the little crackhead, or the main man? Oh, the main man.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Tell me about. Listen, while you're in there with Josh, let me ask you, as you're both in the vid. Josh looks healthier at this weight, and looks happier mentally, physically, emotionally.
You've nailed it.
Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Yeah.
That there's any more.
Egocentrically. Esoterically.
Jesus.
Let me ask you, Adam, before you disappear. The thing is with Josh, we know he's got extraordinary skills in the ring. What have you been adding to him in the last year and a half?
Less. I've been adding less, almost adding nothing, and allowing him to be the one that creates and adds the things that seem to be working for him now.
You've worked with a lot of other guys, George Groves, Chris Eubank Jr., David Hay, all these guys down the years. Is there a point then where someone suddenly develops because it's maturity?
I think there's, if you strive to improve, then you progress. And actually, I've always and will be, to the day I walk away, convinced that Josh is by far the most naturally gifted fighter I've ever worked with. The fact that his limitations or the delay in his progress was completely to do with elements outside of boxing, away from the ring and away from the gym. And for me, that's been, I've been doing this a long time, but I always try and keep my mind as open as possible. And for me, it's been a fascinating story to watch evolve as he has dealt with the elements that were having an effect on him as an athlete. And I'm excited now for Josh just to be Josh.
Thanks, Adam. It's great for you to pop your head in gangster
Thank you,
style.
Trent.
Cheers. Thank you. Trent. Cheers. Let me take you up on that, Josh. The development, the development that needed to happen for you outside the ring, if you like.
It was just more. It was just suffering with just that anxiety within. Probably just like to be honest with you, just being getting ill. I was like a bit of a hypochondriac, to be honest with you. Everything I thought was I was getting ill every other week there, or every other month, you know what I mean? Or so, and then I'd feel something in the throat and I'd be like, oh no, and then it would just roll on and roll on and roll on, and it was like obviously it played out in the Avenetian fight massively as I pulled out the first time, being ill, actually pulling. This time I was like starting to think, I cannot be ill for this fight. Cannot be ill for this fight. And just
so that was getting inside your head, and it was becoming like
just before COVID hit, it was the first time. I was meant to box the week before that. I think my show was the first show it was pulled. Right,
Yeah.
I was in bed that week, the week before the fight, ill. Obviously, it must have been that, but I didn't know what it was. I was ill, and I was thinking to myself, "How mad is this? That I'm getting ill for this fight?" And I was thinking, "This is mad." Then I got pulled, and obviously I went again. And I did all this leading up, and then I got like 2 weeks before the fight, and my mind started playing tricks on me again, thinking things. So I went and got myself antibiotics of a private doctor just to try and stock up on stuff. I wasn't sleeping. I was actually, I think on the Wednesday night in fight week, I remember like sitting there, just eyes wide open about 1 o'clock, and I hadn't slept leading up at all, just thinking I was getting ill, not because of the fight or anything, just I was thinking that I need to be bang on for this. And then I was drinking whiskey to try and put myself to sleep and everything on the week of that fight. So no way was I going to perform, but obviously it's not that there helped us massively now. That's a massive stepping stone learning curve. I've come through that, and obviously I'm a lot better person for that now. And that's where I was going. That's where I was battling outside. Really, I was outside Davies. I was battling them.
Did you manage to put your finger on what the root cause of it was in the end? Was it anxiety? Was it?
It's probably going back when I was just from when I've been a kid, and then just growing up, and not necessarily anything really. Certain personalities develop, and certain traits you develop as you go. And I always had little like habits and stuff I did, and then I was like, and then it just all just multiplied through my career. And I had it all when I was younger as well, but I just never, when you don't think anything's really a matter, you just can't really pinpoint anything. You're just rolling through, trying to figure it out yourself. One day it's good, next day it's bad, next day I might have a couple of days good and then I'll be bad. So, and I thought I have to sort this out. So after that fight, I sorted it out, and that's why I took the time out of the ring to sort myself out. And then I am where I am now, and I feel brilliant because of it. I feel like me, I feel unbelievable.
Were you just having to put a lid on it earlier in your career then? Just kind of like nail it down, deal with it, and just have your fights?
It was mad. It was a bit mad. See, like sometimes if I was in the right state, I wouldn't think about it, but other times it would just eat us up. But I've been like that since I was like younger, but never really growing up in just like that environment, boxing environment, being tough and that. You never really speak about these things. You just do it yourself, and I'm just sat there in my bedroom, and I never really talk. Like I wouldn't talk to my mum and dad massively about it. I just carry on. Do you know what I mean? And you don't think nothing's made you wrong. You just think you're getting ill. Do you know what I mean? You actually I was actually making myself physically sick, psychosomatic symptoms I was getting. It was a bit mad. It wasn't nice, but it's helped out in outside life and real life now. Like I feel so much better in day-to-day life as well. Never mind training.
Is there anything you do now in particular that's just dealt with it for you now, though, that when you feel it coming, or whether it doesn't come anymore, things you do just to get rid of it?
Yeah, I've got obviously, you always battling little things, but you put, like, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm well through that. I think a lot of the things was like, a lot of it to do with like how badly I wanted to win. I wanted to win that bad. Like you think you've got to be perfect to perform on the night. Like I've got to be perfect. I can't have anything wrong with, because if I am, then I've got a chance of losing. And now when I'm not scared of that element, and I'm just going out there and performing, it's like no pressure on my shoulders, and that's why I just perform my best. Because at the end of the day, I've heard other figures in boxing speak along the lines of like Tyson Fury and stuff, saying if I take the fight too serious, I'm gonna have a bad night. It's exactly the same as me. If I go in the gym and I'm all serious, I'm gonna have a bad day in the gym. If I go in the gym and I've got a smile on my face, laughing, happy, taking the mick, just having the crack, then I'll have the best sessions. I'll have the best sessions. So I'm not saying every day it's going to be like that, but if we can keep it 90% of the time like that, then I'm in good stead.
I remember Michael Bisping telling me, you know Michael Bisping, who UFC. I remember him. He used to get anxiety up till he was about 30, and I remember him telling me he went to see a sports psychologist. I did an interview with a sports psychologist, and it was a shift between I need to win and I want to win. And the wanting to win is a really positive thing, but I need to win can be quite detrimental. And it's exactly what you're talking about there in a way. Knowing that you love doing what you're doing and just wanting it rather than letting it get to you as a need, a want rather than a need.
Yeah, exactly. Because when it comes down to life, life's life, and at the end of the day, we all spend around it for 80, 90 years if we're lucky on it, and then we're gone. So we might as well enjoy it whilst we're here. Stop taking life too serious.
Tell me finally, obviously we're looking forward to the fight with Troy Williamson. What are you expecting from the fight? What are the poses for you that he brings, and what will you bring to this? You've got more power now as well, of course.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, mate. I'm feeling really, really good. Obviously, he's just going to bring a pressure fight. That's the way I think everyone's going to try and fight me now. So if I can't be ready for that, then there's something wrong, do you know what I mean? If I can't prepare myself for someone trying to put pressure on. I'm not killing myself at the weight anymore. I'm feeling this shit welterweight. It's a natural way for it. I'm not killing myself at it, because welterweight was a hard. It was doing like 12 pounds and 14 pounds on the morning of weigh-ins. That's not healthy for you.
No, it really isn't.
And you can't fight like that. So now it's a lot less, and I'm doing it properly, correctly. Nutritionist on board and filling out to be a real mature super welterweight.
Well, brilliant. Have a great, it's just over a month of camp now. We can't wait to see you out. Yeah. Go well with the Dark Lord, as I call him.
He will be. He'll be somewhere near. Yeah. He'll be all right.
Lovely, Josh. Great to see you.
Well, thank you, mate. I'll catch up.
Yeah, cheers, great to see you as always. Cheers. Stay well. Cheers. Cheers.
Bye-bye.